Hello and welcome again to another edition of Health Matters on Simply Free Little Talk. Again, my wonderful guest is Dr. Kenya from UT Health in Jacksonville, Texas. And I am so glad she's here to talk today with us about solar protection. She's very interested in making sure that we are totally healthy in every area of our health. So let me bring in Dr. Kenya. Dr. Kenya, you're back again. Thank you.
It's good to see you. Woo, girl, it's been a hot summer.
Yes, yes,
Right.
definitely.
Thank goodness for air conditioning.
Yes. Look, thank you. It has been
Oh
very
my
humid
goodness.
for us in the Galveston, Houston, Texas area. So, how has it been in Jacksonville other than the heat? Are you guys dealing with the humidity as well?
So the humidity is not nearly as bad as it is down there in
Ugh,
Galveston. And yeah, you guys have it really bad. Ours is
yes.
nothing compared to yours. Now,
Oh,
it has
wow.
been 90s and higher. And so
Oh,
it's
yes.
smoldering. Yes,
Ah,
it is smoldering. As a matter of fact, I've had 4 cases of patients with heat exhaustion.
oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
That's
and
serious.
it creeps up on you. And so that's why I thought it
Absolutely.
would be so important to talk with our audience about how to stay safe when they're in the heat. Okay, so solar health basically is what we're talking about today.
Please help us.
So in other sessions, people have asked, well, how much water should we be drinking a day? Okay.
Definitely.
The answer to that is at least 60 ounces a day. Now, if you are working out, you should be drinking at least 80 ounces. That also includes really hot days. Okay, you've got to stay extra hydrated. And so, in when you're sweating, okay, you
Mhm.
need to also replace electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's going to be your sodium and your potassium. So what
Mm.
happens is when we're sweating, we actually lose that sodium.
Ah,
And so it throws off our body's balance. And that's why you might start feeling nauseous,
yes.
sick to your stomach, dizzy,
Mm.
lightheaded, faint. Okay, some people will start getting then diarrhea.
Mm.
It can be quite terrible. And when your body temperature goes up too high, you can actually have a heat stroke. Now, people
Wow.
use heat stroke in a lot of different ways, that term, but a true heat stroke is you have a stroke. You get neurologic complications.
Ooh, that's not good at all.
Yeah, it's like cooking your brain, man. I know in some
I
countries
need
they
my
eat brain as a
brain.
delicacy. We don't want to do that here. We're not trying to fry our brains.
Mm.
Not trying to fry brains. And
Wow.
so, in thinking about electrolytes, most people think in terms, and again, you guys, I'm not trying to advertise for any particular companies, okay?
Mhm.
I just want you to know when you go to the grocery store what things you can find. So, I
Yes.
know we think about Pedialyte for infants, and that's
Mhm.
perfectly fine, okay? You can use that, even adults can drink it. But Gatorade is a little bit more palatable. I'll just tell you that right now. That just tastes a whole lot better. Okay.
I agree.
So Gatorade is fine. All Sport, Propel, Smart Water. So if
Mm.
you are a diabetic, you don't want to do any of the flavored
Okay.
types of of sports drinks. You want to stay with more so your Smart Water and your Propel. That has zero color to it. It's got zero sugar. Okay.
That's great.
And
That's
it does
smart to
not
share.
have artificial sugar.
You heard that, audience?
So if you know that you're going to be out in the sun for more than 2 hours, you should definitely have electrolytes that you can replace. If it's just going
Important
to
to
be
know.
about an hour, Regular water is fine, but you need to keep drinking it. So,
Mm.
this is what I advise you guys, okay?
Do
If
share, do
you
share.
going out with your fam, okay, you
Yes.
should have your little pack ready.
Okay. Look at you. You all prepared.
In your pack, you should have a brimmed hat. Keyword brim.
Brim hat.
Okay.
I love it. I
There
see
you
you,
go.
Dr. Kenya. Wear that hat. Wear that hat, Dr. Kenya.
Now, why brimmed? Because this is going to cover not only your forehead, but it's going to cover your nose. It's going to cover the tips of your ears. Those are very common places to get basal cell cancer and squamous cell cancer.
Wow.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
yes, normally if a person is going to get cancer on their face, it's going to be on the places where the sun hits most. So, where is that? Right
Mm.
across your eyebrows, the tip of your nose,
Yes.
the top of your lips. For some people, right here, because they've got the high
Mm.
cheekbone, and
Yes.
then the tips of their ears. So, brim hat to help with covering.
I
Okay.
see.
And then the transitional glasses.
Yes.
Okay, for those of you who need to have your glasses to be able to see, go ahead and get the transition ones. They have the solar protection, so that when you go out into the sun, that's right. When you go out into the sun, you get some solar protection.
Yes.
And go ahead and pay for the UV too, because guess what,
Yes.
guys? You can get melanoma on the back of your eye.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So all of you who have the hazel eyes, the green eyes, the blue eyes, you better be wearing your sunglasses.
Protect
Okay.
those beautiful blue and green and hazel eyes.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes, yes. Now, what
Mm.
else should you have? You
Yes.
should have your sunblock.
Very important.
Okay. So sunblock is extremely important. Now, when you're looking at it and you see that it says, all right, SPF 50, that means you've got about 50 minutes of protection.
Wow. I'm so glad that you explained the numbers to many people. They did not
Yes.
know that that's actually a purpose number. It has importance.
SPF 15, you got about 15 minutes of protection. So you got to keep putting it
Keep
on.
applying. Yes.
Yes. And then you got to look to see, like, if you're going to be doing water sports, you
Mhm.
got to look to see, does it say water resistant?
Water resistance. Yes.
And then how long for that? In this case, this one says 80 minutes. Okay. So, very important, people. Okay. A lot of people will put it on once, but you
Mhm.
got to keep putting it on.
Continue to
Keep putting
apply.
it on. Okay. So, that's your sunblock.
For
So, we got
continued protection.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes. Thank
yes.
you, Dr. Kenya. She says, I'm not only teaching you these wonderful health tips, but I want you to also think of common knowledge as well that you got to continue to apply. Oh, that's our drink. We have to have the
Okay. And so whenever I get ready to go out, I pick up my bag.
Mhm.
I've got my water, I've got my sunblock, I've got my glasses, and I've got my hat. And then for me, because I really like water sports,
Mhm.
I go ahead and I put my swimsuit, okay, cover ups in there.
She is
Yeah.
totally equipped. Is this amazing to see that Dr. Kenya practice what she preaches? I love it.
And so
Application, application.
yes. And so for our audience, you guys, there's some other things that we can do. Okay.
Mhm.
So white clothing actually helps with also
Yeah.
giving some solar protection. And so, when you're looking cute and you're
Come
going
on.
out, get a white cover up, especially if you're going to be in the sun for a long time. And make sure that it comes all the way down to your hands. and that it
Okay.
covers all the way down to your ankles. Okay, you can still look cute and
Mm,
fly. And so that would be extra protection, right?
yes.
Let's say you're just going out into your garden. I still carry everything that was just in that little bag.
To the
I do
garden.
the same thing when I'm going to the garden. Now, when I'm gardening, I add one other thing, and that's gloves. Okay.
Gloves to the hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not only is it just for protecting the skin against scratches and bugs and stuff like that,
Mm,
it's solar protection. The tops of our hands, that's the other place where I see a lot of skin cancer.
mm.
Lot of it. Okay. So you can buy actually lotions that have UV block.
Okay.
Okay. You can buy the suntan lotions or what
Yes.
have you. But when you are going to be out doing your gardening or any other type of work,
Any other activities?
cover your hands so that, and your neck, the back of the neck. Okay. So people will wear a little sash around the neck, or if you've got your brim hat, that protects you pretty good. Okay. And then having those. If you do that, that'll be good. Now, for you drivers out there, some of you drive professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's gone out of vogue, but remember back in the day, it was too cute to have your driving gloves. That was for real, guys. They were trying to keep themselves from getting cancer. So if you could go back to that, wear
The
gloves when you're
hands.
going to be, yeah, when you're going to be driving for more than an hour, or if you are a professional driver,
Yes.
you should have hand gloves on, okay? And do your best not to hang your arm out the window. Now, if you do,
Wow.
then please
Great
put your
tip.
sunblock on, right? I
Yes.
see people, I always know it. I can always spot my truckers.
Yes. Yes, you
That
can.
arm, boy, that arm on that driver's windows, just all kinds of skin damage, solar damage. Okay, so
Oh,
keep
wow.
yourselves protected. Nowadays, there's chapstick that has at least an SPF
Mm,
of 50.
yes.
A lot of our makeups now will have an SPF of at least 15. And so it's additive, okay? If
Yes.
you do that, like your makeup, and then you put your sunblock on over that, it's gonna feel a little thick, but you sure do have some protection. Okay.
But hey, in the long run, you're protecting yourself.
Exactly. Skin cancer is not fun. And so, you guys, when you go in for your doctor's visits once a year, just ask your doctor to do a skin survey too, so
Mhm.
that they're looking for skin cancers. So, the things you want to be watching for melanoma, think of your A, B, C, and D. Okay. A is for asymmetry. So, if you have a mole or a spot that's on your body that's new and it's asymmetric, meaning it's not the same all the way around,
Mhm.
that might be a problem.
Wow.
B for border. If the borders are irregularly shaped, that might be a problem.
Wow.
C
Wow.
is
The
for color.
information.
That's right. C is for color. If you have a mole that in one part it's like a light brown, and then another part now you notice that it's a really dark brown,
Mhm.
that's cancer until proven otherwise. Or if it's got
Wow.
green in there and all this other, you got a
Uh,
problem, Houston, until you prove otherwise. All right.
wow.
And then D for depth. So if you'll
Yes.
have like some moles like that start out flat, and then
Mhm.
you might have one part that starts growing higher. That's a problem until proven otherwise. You need to go and have that removed.
Go and find out what's going on with that
That's right. So
rising
A,
of the
B,
mold.
C, D,
Wow.
E. I mean,
Mm.
excuse me, A, B, C, and D. So what was A?
Ah, I was,
Asymmetry. What was B?
I'm still stuck on the mold. Go ahead. Because I'm like, wow. People are like shocked about that, but go ahead.
What
Continue.
about the B? What's B?
Oh,
Border.
the border.
Okay, what's C?
See.
The color. Okay, so
She's
color
like really
variation.
excited today.
D.
D.
Depth.
The depth of
Okay,
it.
the
Yeah.
depth.
Because you
Yes.
said about the mold. That's where we're all stuck right now. Everybody's like, wow. I think we're all looking and inspecting our bodies now.
And you should, even
Yeah.
African Americans can also get skin cancer. And a lot of us think that we don't, but we do. We do.
Because we
Okay.
think something in our melanin is going to protect us where
Exactly.
we're exempt.
Yes, it's
So
a
thanks for
lot
that.
less risky, but absolutely. And
Mm,
so Bob Marley, he died of melanoma that metastasized all over. Okay. So
wow.
you guys protect yourselves this summer. Remember, if you're going to be out in the sun for longer than an hour, you should have electrolytes. If it's
Yes.
less than an hour, water is fine. Okay. But more than that, you want to be having electrolytes for your drink. And then please make sure that on hot days you're getting at least 80 ounces of water. Now, people, I did not say soda. Did I say soda? I did
Not
not.
one time did I hear you say pop or
Okay.
soda. No, not one time.
Okay. So you cannot replace water with soda, and
No.
nor can you replace it with tea or coffee. I
Mm,
don't care how much coffee you're drinking. That is not water. As a matter
not
of fact, it's pulling water out of your body. So for every cup of coffee or caffeinated beverage that you drink, you need to replace it with an additional cup of water.
ah, mm, that's
For
good.
1 cup of coffee, 2 cups of water.
Water, 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 everyone.
That's it. That's
Wow.
what I've got free. So
I
let's
love
get
it. And
our
so
audience
wait,
to just like be ready,
electrolytes, she's ready. She's ready. She's
ready,
giving us an
ready,
example again. So
ready,
brim
ready.
is protecting our forehead, our tip of our nose, and above our lips, and the tip of our ears. And also, one thing that none of us think about enough is the back of our necks. Wow.
Yes.
So I was paying attention to that part. I think I went into shock when you said about the skin. I think everyone did. They were like, "What a mole! I need to watch a mole." So
You
yeah.
do. You do. Any mall that's changing, have it looked at. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, the color, the depth, A and B. Say A and B again, please.
Okay. So A for asymmetry,
A C.
meaning that that mole looks different. It's not the same all the way around.
Yes.
B is for border,
The
irregular
border.
borders.
Yes.
C is for color variation. D is for depth
Yeah.
changes.
See, I passed it the second time around. I'm so glad. So the information that you have provided once again is also so
Mhm.
beneficial to us because if we are not protecting ourselves, prime example, sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. And there's two types. There is the water protection if you know you're going to do water sports, and then the
Mhm.
regular sun, and then we have to continue to apply because it only
Yes.
lasts. That's why you have to read the numbers that are listed on your sunscreen. So application, bring the water back. I love it. I love her props, guys. She's so prepared. So water, we need to have water. She shared with us the percentage of our body is made up mostly of water. So we need to make sure we're intaking that. And so with 1 cup of coffee, 2 cups of water.
Cups of water. Yep.
Increase your water intake, especially because you mentioned at the beginning of the show, and I did as well, how hot it has been. I
It
don't even want to step out of my door. It's like, that's okay.
Yeah, and audience, I've had four patients this summer that have had heat stroke, you guys, and it can get heat exhaustion can get so bad that you can start even breaking down muscle, cause your kidneys to go into failure,
Um,
all kinds of stuff. So
mm,
it's real. You need to protect yourself. If your air conditioning is out, be okay with going to visit some friends or something.
Abs-
Keep all your windows open, have some fans, but most of all, have plenty of beverages that have the electrolytes.
yes,
Okay,
not the pops and the sodas.
not the pops and the
And you
sodas.
mentioned color drinks. You mentioned those for diabetics to avoid
Hmm.
drinking
So
anything.
anything that has high fructose corn syrup in
Yes,
it, okay, is not a diabetic's friend. And
it's not
so
your
in
friend.
general,
Not your friend,
Gatorade.
diabetics.
Yes. So, in general, Gatorade tends to have
Mhm.
that in it. Okay. And there's some
Yes.
others on the market too that have it. So, I would just say that for our people who are trying to watch their sugars, really the non-colored, if you just
Yes.
look at that's really the easiest way. Okay. So that's going to be usually Propel and Smart
Okay.
Water. And there may be some
Thank you.
others that are coming out on the scene, but that's what you're watching for. Okay.
Okay. So basically, we need to read what the ingredients are, and knowing that if we are diagnosed as a diabetic, that we have to take special precaution as well. But
Mhm.
back to the sun protection, the solar protection. She has shared with us what waters or water is very crucially important, and then how to protect our skin. I was really shocked also again about something that you've seen drivers do, whether they're professional drivers or not, but we always lean, yes, yes, I've done it. I'm guilty at the stoplight. I'm guilty of just that pause, but not really realizing that I am not protecting my arm or our
Mhm.
hands because you're steadily right here
That's right.
and the
That's right.
sun is beaming in. Wow.
Mhm.
So gloves, gloves, gloves. Gardeners, those who love to be in your garden. Your gloves are not just for a fashion statement or to keep your nails cute. She shared with us there's a purpose for the protection from the sun.
That's right.
Yes. Thank
That is
you so much. As always, we learn so much and there's so much takeaway. Oh, our disclaimer: Dr. Kenya is not your primary care physician unless you move to Jacksonville. Then she can consider you. But in the meantime, candid conversations. I'm going to stress that every health matter, because I really appreciate you making that clear to us that we cannot just sit and wait on Simply Free Little Talks health matters to learn and then use the doc and then say, okay, I'm gonna diagnose myself and I'm gonna use
Mhm.
preventative tips that she's providing. No, you really do need to speak with your primary care physician and have candid conversations from head to toe, right, Dr. Kenyon?
That is correct. That is correct. At least once a year, people.
At least once a year, we need to have a true candid conversation and the importance of our labs and things. And I know that's an upcoming show for you as well that you'll share with us about the importance of what blood actually reveals to us, well, reveals to our physicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
would love for you to come back and share um, that particular segment of what blood does and what type of tests that doctors order for us to help us to detect certain challenges in our health.
Absolutely. That can definitely be our next session. We'll go
Yes.
over you guys what we call a blood panel. Okay. Just
Oh, I can't wait to see what props she's bringing, guys. She may have a sample of A, O positive, O negative. I don't know. I'm just teasing Dr. Kenya because she is very thorough, and I really appreciate that because every time that you visit us and grace us with your presence, we not only have a great time with labs and you make everything so interesting, but what our audience always the feedback is Dr. Kenya provides me something that I did not know or something my doctor never shared with me. Even when they were diagnosed with some of the illnesses that you have spoke of, they did not know some of the medications or some of the alternative treatment plans. So again, we thank you for providing us with a wealth of knowledge.
You are so welcome. And audience, I look forward to chatting with you again. on
Yes.
another Sunday.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Bye, Dr.
Okay,
Kenya.
bye bye.
She is absolutely amazing. I love when Dr. Kenya is here. We missed her, and I had to let her know that little stint she was away from us, we didn't know what to do with ourselves. But now we're learning what to do to keep ourselves healthy, and we know that she's always going to come with some valuable information. She's a fact finder, so she's not just giving us something she assumes. She actually studies and research everything that she provides here on the Simply Free Little Talk. Health matters. And so remember, take care of your skin, protect yourself at all times, and be continuously safe throughout this hot, hot summer. Be blessed, and thanks for tuning in. Remember, like, share, follow,